Welcome back, Boardmasters. SCL Matt here for not an auction. I think this might be like the first time I've ever gone live without purpose, if that makes sense. Like it's always been for an unboxing or an auction or a Super Saturday live stream. Like there's always been something. But tonight we don't really have that. And it's because we're switching things up. I want to keep the live streams going. I love interacting with the community, but we don't have our regularly scheduled programming tonight. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I I don't want to put all the pressure on all of you out there, but I feel like when I am here for the Friday night auctions, we just get so sucked into the chat that I almost forget about the auctions, don't have time for the auctions. So I'm kind of thinking maybe that can happen again tonight, even without the auctions here. I mean, I see y'all here. We already got what 16 people in here. Chad, Troy, Pi Magna, welcome. Pumpkin Eye Brawl, Skylander Gamer TV. It's been a little while. People always missed out on our football banter. DJ Moondust, welcome. Damon DeMeister, Biggie John, happy Friday indeed. Happy Friday. you already know what it, yeah, exactly. Like I said, people miss our football talk, our sports ball talk. Um Fly Eagles fly. I am not a fan of the Chiefs. If it were Eagles Bengals, I'd be rooting for the Bengals. But I'm not a fan of the Chiefs for whatever reason. Like, sure, they're fun to watch, but I don't know that there's something about them I don't care for. So, yeah, Eagles, Eagles all the way. Sevenfold. Yeah, no auctions, no auctions. I am not sick. We're just trying something different for a few months here. We're moving to monthly auctions instead of weekly auctions. So we hosted our monthly auction for February last week. It was bigger than normal. We had 10 private items and 25 public items instead of the usual 6 and 15. So it was a little bit bigger than usual. That's it for the month. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm like, it's kind of weird. Like normally I would most experiments I give about like 2 weeks and see how they play out. But when I'm switching to a monthly schedule, I can't really just give it 2 weeks. Um, like so far, nothing has broken, nothing has gone disastrously wrong. The auctions went well, so we're gonna give it another shot next month, and we'll have to fill in the gaps until then. Um, and this is the first week when got nothing going on. So, like I said, I don't have things planned. I have a few things we could talk about if need be, but like I said, the chat is always so lively. Like I'm okay if we just sit here and chat with the chat. So we'll see how it goes. Bip, Chris, Louie, welcome. Joe, Andy. Yeah, good to have you here. Mike and Nut, yes. Yeah, that is an employee exclusive Prism Break back there. Yes. You'll get a nice close up look at all of those next week. I have the collection video in the works since we hit 5K subs. Once again, thank you for that. But we hit that benchmark there, and I promised you we'll have a collection video where you get to see my current collection. I just did the official count today, and I will say even I was surprised, not only with the number that I have, and therefore the number that I need, but I was shocked by some of the ones I don't have in my collection yet. Um, so I have a little bit of cleanup to do, I guess you could say. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, yes, you'll get a nice good look at all of my figures next week. That's for sure. Ardioka, welcome. Yes, it has been a while. Took a little break after Callaway's seventh straight divisional round loss. Yeah, man. I understand. I understand. Packers have had a rough streak in the playoffs too. Chad, do you think there's going to be an Astroblast or Magna Charge in the restock? Um, I I I literally like just made the preview video this afternoon and I don't remember. I want to say yes to both, but I honestly can't confirm 100%. So, um, yeah, preview video out 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Check it out. It'll be 2 hours before the Super Saturday live stream starts. We should probably be hyping that. You know what? You know what? Forget about this special discount banner scrolling across the bottom. How about I don't know that I have a pre-made one. We're gonna make a new banner. Um, Tomorrow, Super Saturday live stream. 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time. That thing's scrolling. There we go. So yes, remember Super Saturday live stream celebrating. It's tomorrow is actually the 10th anniversary of SCL, and that's exactly what we're celebrating tomorrow. So Super Saturday live stream. There will be giveaways. There will be gameplay. There will be a bunch of stuff. But yeah. Damon, how do I display my Skylanders that are off camera? Once again, I will show you all of that in the collection video that's coming up. Um, I'm quite pleased with how they are displayed for the most part. It is a custom built shelf from my wife. She's quite handy like that. Um, so yeah, I can show that off, but not tonight. But yeah, it's a custom shelf. Um, what else we got going on here? As a Cowboys fan, I hope the Chiefs destroy the Eagles. Yeah, I suppose you got a little bit of a vendetta against the Eagles. I mean, it'd be the same thing. Like if the Vikings were in the Super Bowl, I would be rooting against them, even if it was like against the Chiefs. So I totally understand that. Um, Chatterbug, yes, it is strange to have a stream. I mean, this is the normal time for the stream, but yeah, it's just different content. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, Joe, less work for me. That is the big part of the monthly auctions. It's to free up my schedule during the week, during the other 3 weeks, to give me more time to work on other stuff, whether that's YouTube content or stuff for the shop or whatever the case may be. I kind of needed to free up some more time, and this is one way I'm hoping I can do that. Um, Martin, welcome. Glad to have you here. Chatterbug, no, you did not show me the panel line interrupter that you were talking about because you tried to post the link in the chat and that doesn't work. So, was that you that? Nope, that was not you that messaged me. Okay. But yeah, if you get a chance to, that'd be great. Send me a link or a picture or something. Dun, 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 dun. Artioka, yes, I did get Pink Barbella. Yeah, you can see her sitting right back here. We showed her off, she was in one of the unboxing streams, I think, like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, not so, like, not on Wednesday, but the week before. Um, but yeah, if you haven't been here for a while. But that is a very new acquisition. I picked that up on the way back from Florida, coming back from vacation. So yeah, that's a very, very recent acquisition. Everybody waiting for the collection video. Yes. It's coming, I promise. It's about halfway there. I just need to finish things up. Um Demeister, yeah, you really need that prison break. I think a lot of people need that employee edition prison break. The only reason I have it is I actually got it from an employee. That's how I got a lot of my employee editions actually. But yes, Biggie John, Super Daz Saturday stream tomorrow. Absolutely. Absolutely. Joseph, what is the purpose of this? We're gonna find out. There is no purpose. There is no purpose. It's not an auction. It's not an unboxing. It's a let's hang out and chat with Matt. Ooh, Friday night chats with Matt. Chat with Matt. Hmm. That we might have to work with that. Like I realized, as I was setting up the stream, like I didn't have a graphic for whatever we're doing here. Partly because I didn't know what to call it, but I just threw up the auction graphic because it's Friday night and it seemed appropriate. But we're also not talking about auctions at all because there is no auctions tonight. Oh, unless you want to talk about the for anybody that didn't see it over on Twitter, if we do want to talk about auctions, there's a Strata book for sale on eBay. So I've showed off this Strata Skylanders art book a few times, right? Um, and so like this is mine. I do have an extra that I will be selling, but I mean, if I'm going to sell it at auction, it's going to be on my site. I'm not going to sell it on eBay. But if you're interested in that book, I did just find one on eBay. It's kind of pricey. Their minimum bid's about $250, I believe, plus shipping. I think they want on top of that. But if you want to get your hands on one, like I said, they don't pop up all that often. So this could be your chance to get your hands on one. But yeah, the link to it's going to be on my Twitter feed. I don't have it handy right now, or you could just search for Skylanders Strata on eBay, and it should pop up. Super Saturday tomorrow. Yep. Got all that. Artioka, thank you for that. Yes, and like I said, thank you to everybody else out there. Like I couldn't get to 5K by myself. It's all of you. What is Super Sunday? um yeah. Super Sunday is gonna be the Super Bowl. Super Saturday is Skylanders. Super Skylanders Saturday stream, however you want to call it. Andy's got a question. From what game is your favorite packaging for the toys? Um, I think, I mean, because there's different packaging depending on what type of figures, then too, right? If we're talking about the gimmick landers, or if we're talking about the core Skylanders, um, or even like the minis. I mean, that's about the same as the cores, but yeah, the Trap Master packaging is some of the best out there for sure. But then you get the artwork that they put on the Imaginators boxes, and that might be the best. Um, I don't know if anything can really beat that. Like Eon's Elite was okay even, but like all the other packages were kind of the same, kind of generic. It was really, yeah, Trap Team and Imaginators that switched things up, I feel. And the artwork of the Imaginators stuff always caught my eye. Like, I always make a point of showing it off when we have those boxes. Um, I I really think I like the Imaginators better. Like, I like the Trap Master boxes because it allowed you to see 360 degrees of the figure before you bought it, which in any other package, that has never been a possibility. You could see 3 sides at best. Um, but yeah, I think because of the artwork, I have to go with Imaginators. Chad, maybe 10th anniversary, you might be able to place your first order. That works, that works. Oh, there you go. SCL Jillian in the house. Everybody say hi to Jillian. Um, oh, there is an Astro Blast, but no regular Magna Charge. Okay. Well, there you go. There's your answer. Oh man, yeah, excited for the stream tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be a long day tomorrow. I gotta I gotta get prepped for that. Um, make sure I get my pizza ordered ahead of time too. That's always a problem. Yeah, Imaginators and Elites have nice boxes. I get it. Yeah, easy to stack. There you go. There's another factor. Which makes the best box? Well, these are easy to stack. I mean, it's kind of like Funko then, right? Like Funko Pops, that's one thing. People always like build the wall of Funko Pop figures in their basement or whatever. And like if all the boxes had been like the Imaginators boxes, like that would have made a cool Skylanders wall for sure. Man, I don't even need to tell you guys to say hello to Jillian anymore. You're on top of it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, DeMarcus Ware in the Pro Bowl, or sorry, Hall of Fame. Pro Bowl. Who cares about the Pro Bowl? But yeah, it was a I don't know. It kind of felt like a lackluster Hall of Fame class this year. But that's just my opinion. Can we do some Skylanders Guess Who tomorrow? You choose a Skylander in the chat could ask questions. We might be able to do that. Kind of a lo-fi version of Guess Who. Like in my head, it always had to be like full on digital graphics everywhere. But yeah. I mean, you got a point. We can give it a shot. I don't know exactly how it'll go, but yeah, we can. I mean, we have 8 hours to fill tomorrow. We can we can try to make it happen at least once. Yes, the Matt chat with Matt. Okay. Friday Matt chat. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to like it does have a nice ring to it. I agree with that. We'll have to um figure something out. I'll have to have someone make up a graphic or anyone. I do have a few people now I know who make graphics, but anybody out there want to try their hand at it? Like I love supporting the community. Um, if you're willing to work with me, I can pay in store credit because I know y'all. Everybody here is a customer, right? Right? Not necessarily, but yeah, we'll get it figured out. If you're interested in creating something, just you know how to get a hold of me. All right. Dun-dun. Have any of you played the Power Rangers mobile game? Nope. Can't say that I have. I've watched Power Rangers and that's about it. Damon, do I have a favorite element? Oddly enough, it is not Life. I do have a favorite, but it is not Life. Yeah, Camo is my favorite character, and favorite figure, but overall, I really like the undead element. The undead element is my favorite, and like, once you get past Camo, like, a lot of my favorites are gonna be undead. So, like, Rattleshake is awesome, Shortcut is awesome, um, yeah, there's just a lot of good figures in the undead element, and it can't be beat. Steve, welcome. Glad to have you here. Joe's going Trapmaster then Imaginators. Interesting. DJ's going for the Eon's Elite. Mhm. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. Imaginators are the best. Imaginators packaging is perfect. Pac-Man, welcome. So fancy. Yes, it feels like collector's box, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, they did a good job with the Elite, right? But when you compare them to the Imaginators boxes, I think they pale in comparison. Like, the Elite were the best boxes we had until Imaginators came out, and like, "Oh, no, 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 no. We're gonna show you how it's done." The Easter egg packs are nice. They were a nice gimmick. They're not my favorite. Like, they don't pack well, they fall apart easily. I mean, they were fun, but not my favorite packaging by any means. Imaginators are definitely best, but they take up the most space. I mean, they do, but like we said, they stack nicely at least. So they're not crushing each other, they're not falling apart. Um, that you see, that's the thing. Oh man, it just occurred to me that yeah, like the Imaginators boxes don't use the glue like all the first 5 years, right? And so we don't ever have to worry about them like drying out and falling off. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's because the figures got bigger and better too. They had to make a bigger box. There's no way around that really. Um, Shattered Shard, do I ever plan on getting a physical store? I have thought about this basically since day one. Like, I've always wanted to run my own shop of some sort. Like I said, that's changed over the years. It's been a board game store or a used video game store or then just like a Skylander shop. But the biggest problem is like the expenses that come along with running a physical space it can't be justified by just selling Skylanders, at least not in this market. Not when we don't have new content coming out regularly. Like, if I wanted to open up a Pokemon shop right now, I could totally do that, right? Like, there's enough, uh, not just Pokemon cards, but Pokemon merchandise, and there's still interest in Pokemon. Like, you would get people coming in and out of that all the time. But Skylanders, on the other hand, yes, we have all you lovely people online here, but you are spread out across not only the US, but across the world. And there's no way I could justify the cost of a store with just the sales that we have now and just the stock that we have now. It just doesn't quite make sense. Um, because not, I mean, there's the cost of the actual space that I have to rent. There's utilities, there's employees I would have to hire, there's more insurance because I have people actually coming to my store. Whereas like right now, when we're running it out of a house, like we don't have customers coming into the house. So the insurance costs are different there as well. So there's a lot of things to consider, and basically from a business standpoint, my overhead would just go through the roof and basically eat up all the profits that I'm making right now. And for me to continue to do this on a full-time basis, it needs to be profitable. So I want to find some way to do it at some point. Not sure what that is, not sure what that'll look like, not sure when that might happen, but it's possible, just not likely at the moment. Pie. Ooh, you like the swapper boxes. Oh yeah, the combination wheel. Yeah. So my only thing with that wheel up top is I wish they like if I recall, it's like the same um the same combinations on every box, right? Like it doesn't switch up as much as I would want it to, I guess. Is what I'm saying. Like I know they can't give me like all 16 combinations on um every box, but feels like they still went a little cheap on that. They tried, but I think they could have done better. Oh man, everybody asking Seal Jillian for previews of the preview. There's a reason I create that preview video, so we don't have to ask these questions all the time. Kitty, if you are the expert, if I worked for the DEA and was looking for bad substances in a Skylander, where would a I'm not even gonna start to think about what bad people might do with Skylanders. No, no, we're not even gonna theorize about that. Power Ranger Anthony, welcome to the stream. You have a wall of Funkos and a wall of Skylanders. Yep, there you go. There you go. Mm. Um. Yep. Football talk again, just because Skylander Gamer TV is in the house. It's guaranteed to be here. Although after next week, maybe. Well, okay, no, I take that back. Next week there may be some talk regarding the winner of the Super Bowl, and then after that, probably nothing for about 6 months. But yes, there's still some football talk going on this week. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for defense getting in, but it just I don't know. It didn't feel as exciting as some other years. Chad, if I do end up placing an order on Super Saturday, can you show if you can get my Can you show if you can my order getting shipped out? Are you asking if we can show your order being shipped? I will not be able to do that because STL Jillian is the one doing all the shipping. So like I don't have the figures here. And like I will be here all day. So I will not be able to show any of that being done. Pi Magna suggestions for tomorrow. Oh yeah, Circuit Breaker and Dark Smasher. We can definitely level them up a bit. It may be a guess the level by its music. Hmm. That okay. First of all, I should be taking notes on these. So we don't get to tomorrow and I'm like, oh yeah, what were we supposed to do? All right. So we want to play Guess Who. And a Circuit Breaker and Dark Smasher. I'm glad you remembered their names because, well, Dark Smasher I would probably remember because it's just Dark Smasher. But yeah, Circuit Breaker, I didn't. I don't know if I would have remembered his name. Maybe if we pulled him out, because I think he was themed pretty well. And then guess the level by the music. The only thing I worry about with that is that YouTube and their copyright strikes. I know a lot of Skylanders music gets hit a lot of times, especially if it's if it's from Imagineers. But even some of the other stuff can sometimes get hit, and I would hate to ruin the entire live stream because of a couple of songs. But I can definitely look into it. At least we can give it a shot, maybe. All right. No light core pop fizz or light core chill. Sad day. Dun, dun, dun. Pac-Man. Chop Chop's your favorite, but Tech is your favorite element. Yeah. I that's interesting. I kind of wonder if a lot of people are that way. Like, is your favorite element actually no, what's the easiest way to ask this? Is your favorite does your favorite Skylander belong to your favorite element? So for me, the answer is no. For Pac-Man, the answer is no. But does your favorite Skylander belong to your favorite element, or are they different? Let me know. Let me know. Why do I not like the air element? So, I mean, it starts just because I don't tend to like many of the air characters. I think they're some of the weakest. Their attacks, they always try to play around with wind. So like the characters that don't use like just wind attacks, like Jetvac is a good example where he's always just like blowing and sucking and stuff. And I don't think that makes for a good attack pattern at all. Like I'm more of a ranged fighter, and so I like projectiles and stuff like that. So like if you get someone, I mean like Lightning Rod, who has some projectiles, or um even Whirlwind is a little bit better because she's got like the rainbows and stuff. But like they try to mess around with like clouds, and I'm like, clouds aren't really a weapon, at least not how they tend to use them here. Or like Sonic Boom, like it's not even air. Then it's sound that's like the main weapon, and it's like nah, no, that doesn't really do it for me, and it just never seems to work as well as I want. So like the air characters that I do like tend to use other things. So like I like Fling Kong, but his main weapon is like a frisbee or a disc of sorts. And I like Stormblade, but her main attacks are projectiles. They're weapons. They're not air-based attacks. Um, yeah, Warnado, they try to use the tornado stuff too much. Trying to think of like Wildstorm's okay, but why is he okay? Because he has a giant sword. He's not trying to mess around with air. Um, so yeah, I like that. That's the basis of it. Like even Blades is okay too because he has his blades. But yeah, like I just think as a whole, the air characters are some of the weakest, and so I don't really care for it at all. Chad, how much will you guys pay for the top half of Washbuckler? Unfortunately, I would pay about a nickel. Like not only is Washbuckler, I mean, when he's whole, I only sell him for 99 cents. Um, so I don't pay much for the whole figure, much less just a half, and I have a bunch of Washbuckler tops already. So yeah, not really interested in buying that right now. Super Legend, welcome to the chat. Made another purchase, eh? Are you the purchase that came through while I was watching stuff down here? While I was streaming? Maybe. Ooh, the best box is a starter pack box. There's an interesting thought. I like thinking outside the box or inside the box maybe. I don't know. Or if that's inside or outside the box. It is the box. Um but no, I still think I like the Imaginators character boxes better than the starter pack box even. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna stick with my answer. Chatterbug, thank you. I think I saw a link here. So yeah, I'll take a look at that and we can well actually here. Let me just take a quick look at it now, see if it's gonna be something that's easy enough to um share here. Yeah. Okay, that's probably gonna turn out pretty small if I try to share it online right now. We will definitely share that later when I get to Twitter. All right. Yeah, DJ's wishing for a physical store. I totally understand. I totally understand. Joseph, I have not seen this video yet. Do you know who made it? Cause yeah, I've thought about making some content covering more of the NPC characters. I haven't done like the voice actors so much. Well, actually, no. So some of the people I would like to talk to do actually voice some of the NPCs. Not even the main NPCs that you would think about necessarily, but we'll see. Yeah, physical store would be cool, but like I just right now with the current state of Skylanders, yes, I couldn't do just Skylanders. Like it would have to be Skylanders and something else. And like I've thought about doing that too, but like I don't have the audience for something else. Like there's a little bit of crossover here and there. Like Pi Magna likes Legos, and there's a few other people who like Lego as well, but it's not the entire audience. There's a few people who like Disney Infinity. There's a few people who like Funko Pops. There's a few people who like Amiibo. So, like, unless I started carrying all of those things, which would be a huge undertaking, um, yeah, it's probably not going to happen with the current state of Skylanders. We'll see. We'll see. If you guys have a full swap in stock, can I just buy a certain part of it, or do you have to buy the whole thing? No, you have to buy the whole thing. We're not currently selling just halves. Um, if you go check out, I just did drop a short a day or two ago, with updating the current state of the swapper halves shelf. So you can go check that out on my YouTube channel here. Um, if there's something from the halves shelf that you need, I would sell that to you, or we can work something out there. But I'm not going to break up a complete figure that I have right now just to give you a half. That like I'm trying to complete figures, not break them up. Ardioka, how much profit I make is not something I am willing to discuss publicly. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Fen finally updated our Minecraft server. Ooh, he loves my videos. So right, you can say, I, that's great that he updated his server. But yeah. I'm not gonna get into the habit of shouting out random people I don't know. I'm sure your friend is awesome, but what else we got? I've never heard of those Skylanders. Yeah. Um yeah, Martin, gameplay with creation crystals. There will definitely be gameplay with creation crystals tomorrow. I mean, that's what we were talking about with Circuit Breaker and Dark Smasher. Those are two of the Imaginators that we created. One of the other Super Saturdays. I don't know if it was the last one, but it's actually been quite a while, I think, since we had Super Saturday. So I couldn't tell you if it was the last one or not. Pumpkin Eyebrow. How much do you think out of box Snowder Dash would be worth? So I always struggle with Snowder Dash and Snowbright Stormblade for a couple of reasons. One, I usually get them mixed up, and two, I think they are worth more than most people value them at, if that makes sense. My general rule of thumb for chase variants and employee editions is that if you can get them for $100 or less, you're probably doing pretty good. So for 99 euros, I would say that's probably pretty good. Um, could you get one for cheaper? If you waited long enough, yeah, you could probably find one a little bit cheaper, maybe around like 75 or 80 or something like that. Uh, the right person selling at the right time. They just want to get it gone, and there you go. But I think that's probably going to be probably average price, especially for out of box. So I'd say it's an okay price to pay. You're not getting ripped off, but it depends how much you want. What's your price? And that's something for you to decide. Kind of got to set your boundaries and decide what you're willing to pay. Because, like I said, like for me, that's part of the hunt with Skylanders or with anything, with any collectible. It's not just can I get my hands on these things, but can I get them for a decent price? And so you need to determine what that decent price is for you. For me, like I said, if I'm trying to get them $100 or less. There are a handful I have paid more than $100 for, but the majority of my figures I have been able to get for $100 or less. Granted, some of them came in lots. Um, so I mean, factor that in how you will. I didn't necessarily buy them all individually. Um, I'm getting to the point where I'm probably going to have to buy more of them individually, but we'll see. We'll see. Splat. What's my favorite fake Skylander? I don't really know many of the fake Skylanders. Like I've spent my whole time here trying to weed out the fake Skylanders. And like people come to my site that people came to SCL because they knew I would have the actual information and they could trust what they found here. And if I said something was real, it was because I had sources to back it up and it was going to be real. And so I didn't buy into these other fan made customs, I guess, essentially. Um, yeah, I've seen basketball. That's a fun one, but I it's not a space I dabble in much, so I don't really have a good answer for you. All right, favorite Skylander is stealth elf, but favorite element is water. Okay. That follows that again. Don't really have a favorite element, but your favorite character's Wrecking Ball. Nicely done. Ooh, Chad lines up there. Favorite Skylanders Legendary Broad Breaker. The favorite element is Tech. There you go. There you go. Favorite Skylanders Nightfall. Favorite element is Undead. All right. Thunderbolt's your favorite air character. That's fair. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Frisbees move through the air. I mean, every weapon moves through the air, don't they? Lightning rod is great. Sure, sure. Gondo, welcome. Welcome to the chat. You can always watch a replay if you want to catch up, but yeah, it's all good. We're still here for another 15 minutes or so. Let's see what else we got going on. Speaking of starter packs, the dark editions are some of the best looking ones. I'll give you, yeah, dark starter packs look better than the standard starter packs. I will give you that. Yes. Do they look better than Imaginators packaging? No. But better than the originals, yes. Starter pack's perfect because it shows you exactly what you're getting, nothing more or less. I would argue against that. I mean, a lot of times they didn't even show you the portal in the later games, I think. They didn't show you the poster in the game and the stickers itself. They kind of gave you a glimpse of the figures, sometimes the portal, and that was about it. Like the game was always on the backside behind everything. Like you couldn't see it at all. I guess they showed you pictures of them on the side, but they didn't show you the actual thing. And even with the figures, I feel you got to see less of them than you would if they were in standard packaging. Because like standard packaging, we were talking about, you get to see from like 3 sides. You get to see about 75% of the figure. The starter pack, it was always flat, and you really only got to see it from the front view. Like even with the pictures on the sides, like they didn't give you a full shot of the figure. So yeah, I don't think I agree with that. But if you like the starter packs, more power to you. Endoskeleton, how to get some of the swapper halves I have. Either send me an email or a DM on Twitter and we can discuss it further. Like I've always said, if you're just buying halves, I'm gonna ask that you cover the cost of shipping. But if you are placing another order and you don't mind waiting, like we can add some of those halves to your order. Like I have no problem tossing in 1 or 2 for free, with the exception of Doomstone. Um, since he's a pricey guy, I'm not going to throw him away for free, even if he's a half. But most of the other ones, I'll throw in 1 or 2 for free if you're placing another order. Otherwise, like I said, I'm going to ask you to cover shipping at least. But yeah, you can email me or send me a DM on Twitter at SCLMatt, or I suppose we can get you the email here. I have that somewhere. Where are my banners? There we go. Matt at SkylandersCharacterList.com. You can email me there, and we can talk about what you need and how to get it to you. But yeah, email or Twitter is the best way to do it. All right. Lost my place in the chat. Where are we? Here we are. Alex Ness is like every character in Skylanders. It wasn't every character. I mean, One thing I like about the Skylanders franchise is they managed to get a lot of big names. Like, I mean, early on, they had, like, George Takei. I always forget how to pronounce that. Like, he was Conkertron back in Skylanders Giants. Um, I mean, and this is just, like, outside of the main cast, right? Um, but, like, if anybody's familiar with Critical Role, it's a D&D podcast, live stream, everything. Um, but if you're into that type of thing and you watch or listen to Critical Role, almost the entire cast of Critical Role has some tie to Skylanders. Whether it's some of them, did like Matthew Mercer did the voice of Spyro for Skylanders Academy, but Laura Bailey did the voice for Persephone. Um, Ashley Johnson is the voice of the Collector in Skylanders Superchargers. Let's see who else is there. I'm sure a few other ones have been on there too, but like besides that, like I mean, just you dive into it. That there's quite the list of voice actors. It's not all Alex Ness. I'm sure, yes, he did a bunch of them, but that's what happens when you work closely with the game like that. They don't want to pay extra people if they don't have to, but Big John, physical stores for collectibles are tough in the current economy. I mean, they could be. Like, I I want to talk to some store owners because when I was traveling this past summer, when I drove out to California to pick up some Skylanders, and when I drove down to Texas, and I drove, um, where else did I go? Oh, it's just coming back from Florida. Um, but like I hit up a bunch of like used game stores and collectible stores and stuff, and they seem to be doing quite well. And so I wondered, and like what surprised me even more was that these stores were like chains. Like they were regional chain stores, but still it wasn't just one location. They had like 10 locations. And like that surprises me. I wouldn't think that this type of business would be profitable enough to open multiple locations, but apparently it is. So I want to talk to some of those store owners and see, like, how do you make it work? What do you have to do? But we'll see. We'll see. Regular, welcome to the stream. How many create your own Skylanders figures are out there? I never really see any anywhere. I wondered that too. How many people took them up on that offer and paid the extra price to create their own? So like I have mine back here. Wait, that's a box. Oh yeah, yeah. It's right up there. So I have mine there. I didn't actually pay for it. I got a code from CoinOp TV, had an extra code to get one for free. And so like that's how I got mine. I that was something I was going to talk about actually. If we needed content, which doesn't turn out we need content because the chat is so wonderful. That's you. But I have another create your own Skylander that I picked up last year. I got this one from a buddy Eric when I bought his collection. And this is something that I've been holding on to. I'm like, well, it's going to go up for auction eventually, and I kind of just forgot about it, honestly. But like we do have this. I'm gonna get the glare from the screen. That's unfortunate. Okay. But yeah, like I do have another create your own Skylander that I've meant to put up for auction at some point. And unfortunately, I haven't done that yet. But the like you're right. I don't see them very often. I think part of the reason is like people don't know what they are. Okay, it does actually say Skylanders on the bottom of it. I was gonna say like, but it's still it doesn't look like the other figures, right? And so when mom is going out and cleaning little Bobby's room when he goes off to college, if this create your own Skylander is sitting up on the shelf, she's probably not grabbing it and putting it with all the other figures. Now, I don't know if people are just holding on to them because they're one of a kind and they're extra cool and they wanna keep it as a keepsake. Um, but yeah, they are very few and far between for sure. Like that's only the second one that I've ever had my hands on. I've seen a couple pop up on eBay now and again, but yeah, they're super rare. Like I've seen more. Um, what was I going to compare it to? I was just having this discussion with somebody else. Uh, like I mean, you see like even like the rare employee editions more often than those figures. So I don't know. Like we will probably never have sales numbers on those, especially since they were done third party. But I wonder if the third party if Shapeways would have numbers of how many they actually produced. I mean, I suppose they got to have numbers somewhere. It's whether or not they held on to those numbers because they don't really need them. We'll see. I'll have to see if I can find someone to interview sometime. Obsession, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Glad you could make it. Chad, you're missing the bottom for Stink Bomb, top for the drill guy, missing Hoot Loop's top. Didn't we cover this in the last stream? Like, I think I have the Stink Bomb bottom, but not the other two. I think those sound familiar. Like, I have the bottom of the drill guy and the bottom of Hoot Loop as well, but yeah, so I'd have one for you. Do I know what Guilty Gear Strive is? No, I have no clue. Thank you for informing me that it's music, but I have no clue. No clue. Ooh, Pi, thank you. Circuit Breaker and Dark Smasher were in the May 2022, which is the latest one you've done. Yeah. So May 2022 would have been celebrating the 1 year anniversary of the shop. So yeah, the shop's going to be 2 years old in 2023 in May. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, 10-year anniversary tomorrow, Super Saturday. Be there, 11 a.m. Central Time. Streaming. Well, the message is streaming on the bottom right now. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Fizz Pop made purchase last Saturday. They recently arrived. You're welcome. Glad it all arrived safely. All right. All right. Ham Hands, welcome. Glad you can make it. All right. We are actually at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to start wrapping this up soon. If you have any last minute questions, we can try to get to them. I know I'm behind in the chat, so I'm going to try to work this out here. Worst possible Skylander, air element, firecracker. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be awful. I'm actually surprised he's not an air character with how awful he is. Steve, yeah, custom domain for my email. I mean that all you need to do is buy a website. You buy a domain name, you can make email addresses out of that. Like you don't even have to have a website, but you need to buy the domain name. Anybody can do it. I know it's I appreciate the compliment, but yeah, it's not as hard as it looks. If you want to know how to do it sometime, I can definitely show you. I remember going to the store and seeing Doomstone and Rocky Roller right next to it. Ooh. Hey, Doomstone's pretty hard to find nowadays too. Rocky Roll maybe a little bit harder, but yeah. Another idea for tomorrow: collection showcase from those you received, unless you're saving them for something else. What do you mean from those I received? Collection showcase from those you received, unless you're saving them for something else. I mean, if you're just talking about my figures, like those are coming up in the collection video. All right. Roger Craig Smith was a lot of Skylanders. Yeah. Same voice actor for SpongeBob. Sure. Wait, Matthew Mercer is playing Ganon now? I mean, yeah, he's a good voice actor, but oof, did not know that. Dun, dun, dun. NPCs and villains, Skylanders sells. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Skylanders had plenty of VAs for sure. Um okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Uh-oh. What's going on? Why did my mouse stop working? That's not good. I know I just charged you. We had this problem last week. Come on. Don't fail me now. We're almost done. We're almost done. Yeah, I know the connection is lost. Can you regain the connection? Technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. We're back. For our chat, I put in. Who do you think would win the victory royale? I have no idea. I'm not gonna single anybody out. I'm not gonna start ranking the chat. That just seems like a bad move. How many years do you think it'll take before you can start 3D printing Imaginators figures? I mean, honestly, if we really tried, we probably could do it now. But there might be some copyright problems with that. So I'm probably not going to mess around with that. Da, da, da. There we go. If you have a chat battle, Stealth Elf Army. I like it. Yeah. Stealth Elf and Food Fight would go at it. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. A lot of people would love 3D prints of their figures. I totally get it. And yeah, if I had the ability, like even if I had the ability to 3D print stuff, and I mean all the parts from Imaginators, like I would need all that data. Um, but like I said, there's it's too much of a gray area. And actually, I don't even know if it's really a gray area because like I get on people for creating NFC cards. Um, That's pretty close to it. Do you ever think SSA or SSCR Wii is going to be in stock? Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll get that stuff back in stock. Wait, is SSA actually not in stock right now? For the the racing game, I understand. That one's a little bit harder to find. But Spyro's Adventure for the Wii is out of stock. That one surprises me a little bit. All right. Super Legend, have a good night. Cool, cool, cool. Boom, boom, boom. 3D prints went through a third-party service, but they're all done in Toys for Bob Studios. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Like mine shipped directly from Shapeways, like a company that is well known for 3D printing. Um, yeah, I don't think Toys for Bob is going to take that on themselves. $35 fair for Superchargers 3DS starter pack? Probably. I haven't seen a wait, Superchargers 3DS. So that'd be the racing game, right? Yeah, I haven't seen many of those. But $35 for a starter pack in general is not a bad price. So, yeah. That should be fair. Bip, is there any way to qualify for free shipping? Not at this time. Not at this time. I've considered it and I'm still considering it, but no, not right now. All right. Oh, Troy. Yeah, collections I received in response to the newsletter. Yeah, I am actually saving that for something else. So yeah, I probably won't share those tomorrow. But thank you for clarifying. Yeah, the email asking for the Skylanders. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm planning on saving those for something else. We'll see if we need to fill time tomorrow, but those Super Saturdays always go way faster than I expect them to. So, I don't foresee me needing too much extra content. If you ever think of inviting a guest on your stream, yes, I have thought about that. Think it'd be cool to SCL Jillian would be the first, so we can get her take on all of this Skylanders stuff. uh yeah, we'll have to talk to SCL Jillian about that. I don't know if she's still here or not. Um, but we'll see what she thinks. I'm not entirely sure she'd be up for that. I'm not going to force her to do it either. Straw Desert, you ever had issues telling Tops cards, selling Tops cards or lunchboxes? By issues, you mean they don't sell quickly? If so, then yes. um, those products sell, but they sell very slowly. The cards I can usually get sold eventually. The lunch boxes have been very stagnant for me, unfortunately. Um, so I might have to see what I can do. If it just means lowering the price or finding some other outlet for them. I don't know, but yeah, other Skylanders items that are not figures, the actual collectibles that play in game, are definitely harder to sell. Um, so if you are interested in any, or if you know anybody who might be interested or have another outlet for them, please let me know. Yes. But yeah, they've definitely been harder to sell. What's up with Spyro's Adventure for Wii U? It doesn't exist in the US. I believe it only exists in Japan. I think. That's about all I know. William, welcome. Just wrapping things up now, but welcome. Um, okay, when you order your last lot, every version of SSA was out of stock. Interesting. Maybe I got to keep a closer eye on those games because for a long time, like the even the games I had a hard time selling. Like people just wanted the figures. People collected the figures, and they either had the games they wanted already, or they just wanted to collect the figures and didn't need the games then. Um, so yeah, we'll have to see. Okay, yes, thank you. I'm not going crazy. Japanese exclusive, only released in Japan. Yes, cool. I got that right. All right. We shall see. There may be an SCL Jillian appearance after all. Yeah, I'm way behind on the chat, man. Way behind on the chat. This is what always happens. Even when I'm focused on the chat, I get behind on the chat. Whew. Can confirm the Toys for Bob did print the figures. Interesting. That seems really weird to me that they would print them, but what was the point of including Shapeways then? Because like I'm pretty sure mine even shipped out of Minnesota from Shapeways, not California. I don't know. All right. Yeah, Chatterbug. I'm gonna get off here and we'll definitely uh move on to Twitter and other stuff. But yeah. Been trying to get rid of the stuff. Oh, I have no place for them. Got it. Yeah, it can be tough to move some of that stuff for sure. The lunchbox I think might have a little bit more luck when we get around to like back to school time. You know, July, August maybe might have a little more luck selling that stuff, but we'll see. Chaos last stream, the auctions are on first Fridays now. Yeah, so it'll be the first Friday of the month is the current plan. So that was February 3rd. So we're looking at like March 3rd will be the next auction. So thank you all for hanging out. I thank you for accepting this chat with Matt. I guess that might be what we're calling these. Because that could work even if I had a guest. They come on and chat with Matt. And you chat with Matt. And I chat with the chat. Matt chats with the chat. Yep. Jillian, yes. Wisconsin goodbye, everybody. That's how I'm wired. This is what we do. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. It's been a blast. I will be back here tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central Time. Super Saturday. Live stream all day. And then we're going to watch the EAC Awards afterwards. So stick around. All right. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.